Hello everyone, my name is Rob, welcome to Kinetic Rugby League. In this video I'm going to be giving you my match review of Samoa versus Greece. So let's get started. So starting with the losing team, which was Greece, they put 4 points past Samoa. They completed at 88%, which is pretty good. They only had 4 errors to Samoa's 13, but they had 76 missed tackles. They let Samoa have too many easy meters down the middle for starters. Way too easy. When there's a big gulf in quality, a couple of things that you're going to need as a staple in your own game is not giving away too many penalties, not having too many errors, and not letting teams have easy meters down the middle, so that you force teams to get through their set, put a lot of pressure on them, keep them pinned back, and kick so you're in better field position. But letting teams have that much easy post-contact meters is going to destroy any game plan you've got. I know there's a big gulf in quality, but you've got to find a way to just bring these teams down. As soon as they hit the wall, they've got to come down. You can't let them keep running for another 5, 6, 7, 8 meters. You just can't. They let Samoa play with too much pace as well. There were some times where it was like, okay, well, they learned the lessons from the game against France. They gave them too much ruck speed. They slowed it down a little bit, but throughout the game, they just went back to default, and Samoa were able to play with a lot of pace, shift it out wide quickly, and they didn't have players who had separated enough to get to those wings quickly enough. There was a couple of moments they had decent scramble defense, but yeah, overall, just unfortunate. I think they put in a very valiant display against France, but it was a different level today against Samoa, unfortunately. But the try that they did score was pretty nice. Now, they've only scored 3, so they've not scored many, but when they do score them, they look pretty good doing it. So these are things that they'll build. They're still trying to build the foundations and see where they can get in the sport. And experiences like this are going to be so important, especially for the really young and inexperienced players going forward in 3-4 years' time at the next competition. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that they have to go through this stuff, but it's going to make them better in the long run. So that's the biggest positive to take from this. Now moving on to the winning team, which was Samoa. Now they put 72 points past Greece. They only completed at 65%, but they did have 2,409 run meters, 19 line breaks, and a tackle efficiency of 96.37%. Like what I said with New Zealand, the reason why I believe their completion percentage was so low is given that they were able to break the line quite early in the tackle count, and then the plays or the sets would end because the ball's gone out of play as they've tried to kick it through. Or there's been a knock on trying to pass the ball on the inside, things like that, and they add up over time. So typically when there's a dominant performance but the completion rate's low, usually that's why, because they can break the line so quickly. 19 line breaks is ridiculous, and a really, really strong tackle efficiency of 96.37%. I think that's the highest one I've seen. I could be wrong, but from what I recall, that's the best one I've seen so far. I thought Crichton was a lot better, got involved. His kicking was solid, had 10 conversions, and a try to go with it as well. So 24 points, not bad at all from him. I thought Lafai and Fegai on the left-hand side looked pretty good. Given that this was their first game, they came straight in, played with a lot of pace, aggression, and they just looked really comfortable, to be honest. Very smooth performance. Papali'i and Paulo were an absolute nightmare down the middle. I mean, those two are just huge guys. I mean, all the forwards on Samoa are huge guys, but I mean, the difference between England and Greece, you know, they'll be allowed to do this kind of thing. They shouldn't be, because, you know, you need 2 holding up top and then someone getting the legs, which is something that Greece will develop over time in their tackling. But I also thought Chanel Harris-Tavita looked alright as well, given that he's had a pretty poor season at the New Zealand Warriors. I believe he's retiring after this competition as well, and he's only, what, 22 or 23? He looked pretty good, got himself 2 tries, some good pace, good steps, getting involved. Obviously a much more clinical performance from Samoa, and I think they kind of needed this kind of game to bounce back after last week. So this is something that you would have expected their team to be able to do. Anthony Milford wasn't in the squad, so I'm not sure whether he's expected to come back in next week or whether this was to see whether they want to go with Milford or Harris Tavita. But we will see. Definitely better from Samoa, but yeah, I get the feeling that Greece aren't going to let that many points in against England. Just a feeling. I don't feel like they're going to concede that many. And they're seeming to get a try a game at least, so can maybe go again against England. Since it'll be their last game, and I'm probably not going to make it through. I think it's like 0.01%, something like that. I saw a statistic somewhere. They're going to give it everything against England, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So that's going to be it for this video. If you have any thoughts on the Samoa versus Greece game, leave them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with new content. You can also follow the social media accounts in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.